So everybody, we're here tonight with Penny Crane. Penny Crane is, like I said earlier today, probably my favorite friendship to come out of this last year with the Audio Attic. We met in October for the first time over lunch, and now I've had several lunch dates together and even took a short vacation trip together, and we talk almost every day, to be honest. So she just recently released a book, Lost and Found. Most of you have probably heard her book, Theirs, narrated by Arden and Maxine Mitchell. And so everybody, welcome Miss Penny Crane.
Hi.
Oh, Lord.
I was like, am I talking or am I waiting for everybody to say hi again?
I need to get a big drum roll or something where it's, and yeah, something fun and snazzy. So how are
I
you
can
doing?
go have Mr. Crane bang on the drums right now.
We could get you a little guitar solo opening or something.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. So how are you doing, Miss Penny Crane?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good. How has your release gone so far?
It's been all right. We celebrated down at the lake house, and we also went out to dinner like I think a few days after it came out. So it's just been fun like celebrating me and my
Mhm.
book.
Awesome. I hate to ask this question, but how are the reviews? How is the feedback from the readers so far?
I mean, like, I've gotten some, like, DMs where everybody's, like, enjoying it and everything, and then, you get the one troll that absolutely tears it apart, and it's like, "Did you even read past the first chapter? What's going on?"
Yeah. Yeah. Me and you talked about that the other day.
Yeah. I just had a conversation with Samantha earlier. I was like, "Dude, I don't know what's going on." She was like, I've been eyeball reading. I don't know what that review's even talking about."
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're unavoidable, It just
Mhm.
sucks. So I'm going to dive into a little bit more. I know we did a live with you. What was that? Was that a week? Well, a little more than a week ago now on your own Discord.
Yep.
Uh, and so we asked some questions about Lost and Found and your writing process and everything. But I'm going to dive into probably a little bit more of you as an author. And then we'll also ask questions about your latest release. And then I'm going to hit you with some rapid fire as well.
Okay.
So I'm just going to dive right in. And you can give me as long as answers, like I said earlier, or short, whatever you want to do. So, as a child, what did you want to do when you grew up? Did you know that you wanted to be a writer?
As a child, I wanted to be a mom.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I wanted to be, which is funny because my personal life. I do not want to be a mom.
Yes, me
Um,
too. There are no kids planned in the future for Miss Penny Crane, so
not at all. I got my 3 cats and I'm happy. I just like I wanted to be a mom, but I think most of that is because my mom was a stay-at-home mom and I just like admired her. We had so much fun like before I started school. And I was like, this looks fun. I like playing house. I like playing with dolls. And it wasn't until high school that I decided I wanted to write. So
nice. So what made you want to write when you went into high school? Was it a book you read, or were you dabbling with writing in journals, or how did it evolve?
it was probably my teachers, not necessarily writing. I took a creative writing class. I think it was maybe my senior year. Like I was late to the game of enjoying writing and reading. I think it was I had started reading Twilight. And I was like, "Ooh, I wanna join, like, creative writing," and I had the sweetest teacher, and she just inspired me. It was like every day we would bring our journals in, she'd have a journal prompt, whether it was, like, a fictional prompt or, like, something from your life, and I just enjoyed it. Like, it was peaceful, and it was the best part of my day.
Love it. So, how old were you then when you wrote your first book?
When I wrote my first book, like, actually finished one and published, I was 23 or 24.
Okay.
And that was when I was publishing young adult, new adult content under a different name.
And do most people know about your other name and your young adult content, or is that something you don't really talk about?
I don't really talk about it because it's not good.
Don't
Like
say that.
I didn't like you've been a writer for a long time, like you understand like
Yeah. It's your
your
first book.
first stuff is
Yeah.
not good. Like,
It's your first, I liken it to, like, yeah, like my Destined Heart series. This is what I was writing 6-7 years ago. It's not the caliber of what I'm
mhm.
writing now. So I
Yeah,
get it.
even some of my early Penny Crane stuff, I'm like, I've gotten better.
Yeah.
Like, I know I've gotten better. I've learned, like, things over the years. I don't regret writing YA new adult. I just have more fun with erotica.
Well, yeah, who doesn't?
Duh.
So what is your favorite part of being a writer? The erotica?
Not necessarily,
It was a
like,
joke. It was
it's
a joke.
fun. It's fun. I don't know. I like telling stories.
Yeah. So
I
then
do like the erotica part.
so how many books have you written under the name Penny Crane? And if you want to include your other ones, you can as well. So
Um, I did 3 under my original name, which is that was actually a pen name, sort of. I wrote under my maiden name, so if you know my maiden name, then you know my books.
mm,
So I wrote 3 YA, and then I have, let's count them. I had to pull up my own author page on Amazon for this. I have 6 novellas and 3 full-length or 2 full-length novels now. So,
it's awesome. And plans for more. I know your next one I'm
oh
very
yeah.
excited about.
Yep, that one's already almost 30,000 words.
Look at you. Look at you go.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Like, I don't stop, and, like, you and I have talked about it, where we're like, "I'm gonna give myself a break. I just published a book. It's time to relax." But then as soon as you, like, publish that book, you're like, "No, no, it's time to get back to work." Like, I can't focus.
Yeah. I have forced myself to take a month off. You know that. And I've literally I was talking to you earlier today, well, what do I jump into next? Like I'm itching. I gotta get back to it. So I get you. So what does your family think of your writing? Are they supportive?
Eh, like, my parents, like, they are supportive. They don't know to the extent of what I write.
Mm,
There was one day I had, like, my box of books just got delivered, and my parents showed up at my house unexpectedly, and my mom's like, "Oh, this is your book," and she, like, picked it up, and I'm like, "Mom, don't touch it. Do
Don't
not
flip
touch
through
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, just put it back down," and she opened to the first page, and she was like, "There are bad words in this," and it's literally just it was the word "fuck,"
Yeah.
and it wasn't even in the context of, like, sexual acts.
Yeah.
It was just, "Oh my gosh, my daughter said this word." I'm like, "If you think that's bad, there are worse words in there. Those words are
Way
not
worse,
for you."
mama. Yeah.
It's funny, like, my dad's to the point now, like, he will tell his friends that, like, I'm still writing, and then they'll be like, "Well, what is she writing?" And he's like, "Well, she won't really let me talk about it, but it's, like, romance, like, higher spice or whatever." And then his buddies are usually like, "My daughter's really into that, like, what's
Yeah.
her pen name?" And I'm like, "Dad, please don't share it with her daughter, please. Like, I don't know exactly what they're into. They might not like it."
Yeah, they're either gonna become an instant fan or they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, that girl. Look at what she writes."
Yeah, especially because some of them, my parents were older when they had me. My mom was 30 by the time they had me. So a lot of their friends, like, quote unquote kids, are older than me, and they, like, saw me growing up. They saw me as a little girl, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
oh no."
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, that's perfect words. Oh, no. So can you describe your writing space?
Like, The Office, I try to make it, like, super cozy. We just remodeled it. I think you saw the remodel
I think
version.
so.
My desk is connected to Mr. Crane's, and sometimes it's hard because I need to write privately and without anybody else around. So if I'm getting my writing in, it has to be during the day when he's at work.
Mm.
because I'm like, do not look over my shoulder. Like, do not look over at my monitors. Like, don't look up what I'm researching on Google right now. The government is going to be putting us on a watch list. Like, please don't. But like, it's nerdy. We got a lot of like our like fandom stuff that we enjoy. It's a shared space. I'm always fighting with my cats and yelling at them to stop clawing at various items in the office.
So the cats can stay while you write, just not the husband.
Yeah, exactly. Because the cats don't judge me that hard.
So what would you say is your favorite genre to write and why?
I'm really into, like, obviously Why Choose. Everybody that's here knows that I write Why Choose typically. Mostly contemporary. I was into the motorcycle club trope for a little bit, but it was hard for me to keep that plot going. I like writing more like relaxed, sweet romances with all of the spice. But why choose mostly because like adding extra characters, main characters, it can extend your book more. And I don't know, like I just like the various like male characters that you can write when you're in a why choose and you can give them all sorts of different personalities. One of my like bad reviews was actually talking about like how like all the characters were all over the place. I'm like, of course, they're individual humans. There are 5 or 4 of these guys. They're gonna have different personalities. They're gonna have different kinks.
Yep.
What do you want?
Yeah, you make them multidimensional. You make your characters real human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So kind of piggybacking off that, how do you handle moments when inspiration seems hard to find or you end up hitting writer's block?
I don't force anything. If I don't have the inspiration, I just don't write. Or if like I need to write, if I need to finish something, I'll go and I'll take a drive, listen to some music. I'll try to focus on music that fits the same vibe as what I'm writing. Lost and Found specifically was many trips to Norris Lake and a lot of me just sitting on the deck watching boats go by was very helpful to like get me into the headspace. But yeah, I never like to force anything because if I force it, it's not going to be good. The reader will be able to tell.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I think we talked about it too. It's just like then you typically have a whole bunch of more work cut out for you because you have to go back and do a bunch of edits. So
Exactly.
you might as well wait until inspiration strikes.
Yep.
So what is the most inspiring feedback you've ever received from a reader?
I'd say I like the reviews, like for theirs specifically. I have readers that will tell me like, "Hey, thank you for writing this. You wrote a character that I can relate to." I hated the reasons why she related to the character because she was like, I'm on no contact with my family, and like I related to Lavender because she's no contact with her parents. And she said like it changed her mindset a little bit and it made her feel like she wasn't alone.
Yeah.
So like sucks that like that's what she's going through,
But
but I'm glad I could help her.
Yeah, that you could reach her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So do you base your characters off of real people?
Yes, legally we have to say we don't.
Yeah, right.
At the front of the book where it's like none of these characters
This is all based
should
on
have.
fictional
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, the theirs Colin was based off a TikToker that I saw that did a lot of thirst traps. And then I named some of the characters after ex-boyfriends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ben, Alex, Mac was just a guy I had a crush on.
Do they have the other attributes of the ex-boyfriends or just the names?
A little bit. Alex didn't. Alex was more so based on Mr. Crane. He loves to brag about how everybody loves Alex, and he's like, that one's me. When he was listening to the audio, he was like, wait, that's me. That's my favorite play. And I'm like, yeah, I asked you what your favorite play was one day because I was putting it in the book.
Eh, I love that. I do little nuggets like that too. Like the people who know me closest can pick them out.
Yeah.
It's just fun. It's fun.
When I was writing new adult, I based one of those characters off of a friend, like a really close friend that I had lost. She passed away in a car accident. And am I still there? My phone.
No, you're here.
There we are. I wanted a way to feel her again. So it's like I'm gonna make this character. This is gonna be her. And I like gave her her middle name, dedicated the book to her, and it was just like a way for me to cope with, losing her.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. I'm speechless after that one. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
I've never told anybody that.
that's great. I mean, like that's very personal,
Yeah.
I think that we all kind of do that to an extent. And it is kind of nice because it's not like she's living again, but she kind of is,
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
And I made like this sweet character that like was the nicest person I had ever known. And now she gets to live through those words, even though I don't like advertise that I write those books. Like she's still out there in the world.
Yeah. That's freaking awesome. So I don't have a good question to follow that up, so I'm just going to jump right back into my questions.
I usually ruin the mood real quick. Sorry.
You got so sentimental on me there, and I don't know how to follow that one, Penny.
Sorry, guys.
So how long does it take you to write a book?
Oh, gosh. Lost and Found took 2.5 years, maybe.
Wow. Okay.
And the one that I'm writing right now, we talked in my Discord live.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like it to be out around this time next year. So that'd be a quick one to write. But I feel like I have to like push myself for that one.
Yeah.
Not in the like writer's block push, more of like the emotional push to get through it. But yeah, Lost and Found it. That was a 2.5 year, but like I'm gonna ruin the mood again. For those that don't know, Lost and Found was halfway written and then I had my brain aneurysm and I was down and I couldn't write for like 6 months. So I had maybe like half the book written. And then when I was finally ready to like look at it again 6 months later, I had to go back over it. And I was like, what is this? Like, girl, you're having an aneurysm. Like, we can tell.
But you pushed through and you got it out and...
Yep. Once I got back into writing, it started moving quicker.
Yeah. Is that the longest book that's ever taken you to write?
Yeah, I'd say it was.
Yeah. So,
because like I had started that one right after theirs was published.
Okay.
Not the audiobook, but right after theirs in 2022, I think.
Okay. So then would you say that when you write, are you a planner and plotter or are you a pantser?
I was a pantser and I would only write like chronologically. Like I'd fill out the chapter and I'd be like, okay, this is what we're writing. Now on to chapter 2. Now I am a planner, especially with this. I think I was a planner during Lost and Found, like to finish it. Myra needs clarification on what a pantser and a planner is.
So like a pantser is someone who doesn't plan, doesn't plot, literally just sits at a computer and word vomits on the keyboard. Lets whatever come out however they want it to. A planner is someone who will literally like plot everything out. And some of them get really intricate. I've seen people with like boards where the plot, the characters, I mean, you get all the way down to character traits, character this, like tons of stuff. Keeping track of your storyline, like the ending even when you start writing the beginning type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had never I kind of had that with Lost and Found where I knew the ending, like I knew like the end game of what things were going to be, but I didn't know the middle.
Yeah.
with the book that I'm currently writing, I'm definitely a planner, but I am not like dry erase board, post-its all over the wall behind me, looking like a crime scene planner. I am like planning it out 10 chapters at a time, and I know where I want it to end, sort of.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, I like to think I'm a combination of both when I need to
Mm-hmm.
be. I don't deny the characters going off and doing their own thing. Like, if they all of a sudden change the plot, it's okay. Obviously, we're going in a different direction. So, do you kind of do that too? Or are you like, no, we have to stick to the plot?
No, I can change things up.
You can let the characters wander and do what they want?
Yeah. I'm like you've said it before, you let them talk to you.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, hey guys, like I don't think that's what's gonna work. And they're like, no, this is what we want to do.
Yeah. It sounds really weird, but like I think the first time I told someone this, and I was like, I'm going to sound crazy for saying this, but I think I was in the attic and I was talking to Joe and I said, lots of people say that authors are clairvoyant because you hear voices and they're telling you to write a story. And it's really true that it's like, and that's the best way I can describe it is when you sit down at a computer, like you literally are just typing what they're telling you to say. At least that's the way it is for me.
It's really annoying when they go on vacation and they don't tell you.
Yeah. And you hit that block and you're like, hey guys, hello? Anybody there?
You're like, hey, where'd you go? We have some scenes to write.
Yeah. What's going on here?
Why didn't you invite me?
Yeah. Or like or for me, like I was telling you, my ADD kicks in and I'm like, oh, I'm going to write this book now. Or, oh, I'm going to write that book now. And it's like, no, you need to stick with characters and just stay there. So yeah, I think I just have too many people trying to talk to me all the time. What do you think, Penny? Do you have too many characters trying to come out of your head all the time?
Definitely. I mean, that's why I write Why Choose. So.
Yeah, I'm talking to
too many book boyfriends.
Too many of them flying around. You're like, oh, we need another one. And here he comes. There you go.
There he is.
There he is.
So, introducing book boyfriend number 10. Right? And I'm like, I can't keep track of how you look, man.
But then you get the readers and the listeners sitting there just like, okay, how does this positioning work? Like, where are we coming from and going from and what are we doing? I'll leave that to your imagination.
We know where we're coming from.
Very true. When you get to the point of maybe 10 in a room, I think we might start to need diagrams, just my brain can't compute it.
Diagrams and DNA test.
The DNA test. Oh, Lord almighty. Kid's going to come out being a mutt. I'll tell you that much. So when you write, do you aim for a set number of words or pages to write per day?
Not necessarily. Oh my God. The diagram I wrote.
I love it.
Literally. I don't do set words like by day. I will do like maybe at the end of that week, I want to do 15,000 for the whole week, which is a lot. That was just a random number I tossed out there. I don't think I've ever written 15,000 in a week. Maybe I have. Did you ever do Camp NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month?
I tried to one time and I don't know what happened. I think I got pretty far into it and then I think I got mad at it because this is going to sound really stupid. I was like, someone's trying to tell me when to write and when to finish a book and I don't like this. So I think I quit. And then I went back to writing. Behavior. Yeah. And then I went back to writing in December and finished the book like a week later. So I could have actually completed it, but I didn't out of like defiance to the whole, to the whole authority.
I did a lot of NaNoWriMo. That's how most of my YAs were written.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they're short books because NaNoWriMo, you only have to write 50,000 words in a month.
In a month, yeah.
And they're like, write a novel in a month. And it's like 50,000 is not a novel. That's a novella.
Yeah.
What was I doing?
Yeah. Well, they say that's where the cutoff is. But to me, I'm like, you're talking to the person who just wrote a 700-page book. So to me, yes, 50,000 words is more like a novella. I would concur.
Yeah.
But shoot, I remember when I first started writing, I thought 62,000 words was freaking awesome. I was like, I could never
Mhm.
write these big old long books that I saw out there. So I don't know.
I've been like making a goal to, for the first draft, make my books about 80,000 words because I know I'm going to lose some of that in editing.
Yeah.
And as long as I'm not under 70K, I'm happy.
Yeah. I think 70K is to me, I'm like, I feel like I have a novel when I hit about 70K.
Yeah.
To me, I know that I add more. So I always add about 20,000 words more when I go back through on my second draft. So when I
That's
hit
about how many I delete.
we're in reverse of each other.
Yep.
So would you say that you have a specific writing style?
I don't know. I feel like that would be a question for my readers.
I think so too. Yeah, because I didn't know that I even had a writing style until someone told me.
I don't think I do. I mean, the haters would say my writing style is bad.
They would call all of that for all of us, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't foresee you having a write, but some people, you never know. They might think that they do. I think that,
Mhm.
I wouldn't classify you as anything. I would classify you as as a great writer. So,
Thank you.
yeah. But as far as having a specific style, I don't really think you do. Now, someone
No,
could
I
correct me on that in the future. But I was just wondering if you thought you did.
don't think I do.
Okay. So for your own reading, do you prefer ebooks, paperbacks, hardbacks, or audiobooks?
Ebooks, and if I really like it, if it's a 5-star read that I cannot live without, I will buy the paperback and then reread it and do my annotation. I am not really an audiobook listener unless it's you know who.
We had a discussion about this person earlier today. Yes.
Yeah,
The person who can just sell an audiobook yeah, very easily.
love them.
I'm not an audiobook person either though. So, I mean, I listen to them, but I wouldn't say I'm a connoisseur of like just strictly audiobooks. And there are people
Yeah.
out there that are like that. They won't even read an ebook or a paperback. So,
Mhm.
uh
I've talked about it before. I have to read the ebook before I listen to the audio or I can't concentrate.
that's interesting because I just asked someone that the other day because I'm finishing reading a book and I found out who the narrators are on the audiobook. And I have about like 50 pages left of the book. And I was talking to my friend. I'm like, is it really weird that even though I've read the book, I want to go buy the audiobook just because I know who the narrators are and listen to it? And she's like, no, I do that all the time. So that's interesting for you to say because now I don't feel so weird wanting to do both.
Yeah, because I read The Ravenhood before I listened to the audio. I didn't listen to the audio for that until maybe a year and a half after. But because I had read it, I was like, okay, I know where I am. And I will do a lot of like walking or something. And when I'm walking, my brain's like everywhere.
Yeah.
So if I'm listening to an audiobook on the walk and I like realize I'm like losing myself,
Mm-hmm.
if I hear where we are, I can be like, okay, so this is what happened. This is what I missed. Now I know where I am, if that makes sense.
It does. I have a off the wall question because I know we have lots of people in here who know the Ravenhood better than I do. How early so this is not you, but kind of. How early did she publish those actual books as opposed to them going into audio? I've always wondered that. Did she publish them like a
I
year
have
before they
no
were actually
idea.
produced? I've always wondered that. I'm like, did it take her, you know what I mean? Like, were they around for a couple years before they became audiobooks? I don't know. It's always been a thought in my head. But I think I remember reading the first book when it first came out,
Hmm.
and the audiobooks weren't a thing then, I don't think.
Do you remember? I think about it a lot with now that we're on the subject of audiobooks. Do you remember when you would have to go to a library and rent the CDs
Oh,
or the
yeah.
cassette tapes?
Yep.
We've come a long way.
We've come a long way. Yes.
I was
It's
like, dude, it used to cost $50 to like go to Barnes and Nobles or something and like order
The
The
audio.
audio.
The audio. And I remember when I first started thinking about breaking into audiobooks, the style was primarily either one narrator or only just, the male read the male chapters and the girl read the girl chapters. It wasn't duet. Like, what is that? Is it dual narration?
Cool. Yeah.
Dual. So it was like either you had just single narration or dual narration. This whole duet narration was not there. And I think one of my big hindrances to breaking into audio for so many years was that it was like, I didn't like that style. Like, I didn't want the chick trying to read the dude's lines and vice versa.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that duet became much more popular, and my books were able to be produced that way. And now you're seeing multicast kind of take on a whole, that's huge now. I see that becoming
I
like the
want
next.
multicast for Lost and Found.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. That's becoming the new thing. Like, duet kind of took over, and now it's kind of becoming the norm to hear more duet. And then now this whole multicast generation is coming in, and it's like you're seeing a lot more multicast books. I think it's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, honestly, it's turning me more into an audiobook listener, seeing the way that it's moved.
Definitely.
So, do you remember the first book you ever read that made an impact on you? Was it Twilight? I mean, you said it earlier, so.
Yeah. It was either Twilight, because that was like the first book I read. I distinctively remember walking into my public library and I was like, you know what? I want to be a reader. It was just, I wanted to be main character. Like, oh my gosh, what book is she reading? So stupid. So
No, it's not
stupid.
stupid. You just all of a sudden woke up one day and you were like, this is my life. I
Yeah.
think that's awesome.
I was like, I want that to be my personality.
Yeah.
I want to be like that reader, that shy reader in the corner of the room.
Yeah.
So I had walked into the library and my friend who worked there, she was like, what are you doing here? And I was like, oh, I just want to find a book. Like, I don't know where to start. And she was like, I have the perfect book for you. And it was Twilight.
Mm.
And I devoured those. And then I was 17 and she was like, oh, so you finished those. Why don't you read The Black Dagger Brotherhood by J.R. Ward? We shouldn't have been reading those at 17.
I've never read it, but I've heard amazing things about it from a lot of people. And now it's being produced into movies.
Yeah. I loved I think I stopped after like 8 of them.
Yeah, there's like 20 or something crazy, isn't there? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I saw somebody like on TikTok laying out like this is the main series. This is the side series of them. And I'm like, there's so many.
Wow.
Like, how?
I don't know.
That's what shaped Penny Crane. Vampire romance.
Vampire romance, man. I love it. I mean, well, I just, that's the era I'm in right now. So I see no problem with that. So how would you say that your writing has evolved since you first began publishing? We kind of touched on that a little bit already. Just that it evolves in general. You become a better writer as the years go on. But
yeah,
how would you say personally for you, what have you seen? Are there things you've worked on as far as being more descriptive or dialogue, banter back and forth, or different things that...
I think I've gotten better with doing details. I used to be very dialogue heavy. I even still like hate reading like long paragraphs of like descriptions of characters, because I'm like, I'm gonna paint this character however I want.
Yeah.
I don't care if he smells like cedar or pledge or whatever. I mean, I do care. I want my hoodies to smell like him. But I think I've found like a good compromise on description versus dialogue. And like, I've definitely gotten better. Like I said, it would be interesting to go back and read like my first book. I don't think it ever went through any editors, which is why I don't promote it. But I also like the maturity level, like, because I'm 34 now and I was 23 when I first started writing. Like, my characters aren't mature now. Like, I can write about adult things, like adult trials that you go through, like Lavender struggling to pay rent and whatnot, because I've gone through experiences.
Yeah.
When I first started writing, it was just I like worked part-time and I was just bored, or like I hadn't gone through many troubles. But now I've experienced more of life and I've traveled more, so I can work my travels into my writing and whatnot.
I mean, that's absolutely true. The more you live, the more you experience, the better you can write. I mean, honestly, that's why, like, I
Yeah.
tell people, like, they even say, if you're thinking about writing a certain genre or whatever, immerse yourself in it,
Mhm.
learn about it, have it be what you watch, what you listen to, everything, so that, you can write it better. One of the things you
Yeah.
said that was really interesting, and this is what I think too. So, and I'm going to ask our audience too what they think. Men are very visual. We all know that, right? So we were in the audio attic one night and Joe was talking about descriptions and how he loves descriptions. And he's like, I remember him specifically saying, like, I challenge he was doing one of his fireside audios. I challenge, an author to be this descriptive on what the person looks like. And he loved it. He was just like, this is so great. It's so descriptive. And I got to thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, well, he's a man. Men are very descriptive. They're into looks. They're attracted that's why they're very visual people, even sexually. But for women, it's different. We are more into words and what you say and what you do and actions. And so I think that, especially specifically for romance books, the reason why you don't see people described as often is because primarily we're women authors, but also we're letting the readers build that image themselves. So I don't specifically, like you, put a lot of description into my characters either, because I want the reader to decide. Like, I might give you little things like, oh, eye color or black hair. But if I paint you a vivid picture, it's really hard for you to picture what you want. And that's half of the joy
Yeah.
of reading the romance book and putting yourself in the position of the people,
Mhm.
right?
I agree.
I don't know.
No, I got distracted because I was like, "Yeah, men are visual. I am auditory." And then Samantha was like, "Auditory," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, right? I mean, me too. Like, the more I get into audiobooks, definitely auditory. And it's just very true. Like, I was thinking about it because I'm like, oh man, yeah, maybe we should put more descriptions in there. And then I got to thinking about, I'm like, Joe, women are reading these books. They don't want you to describe it. They can visualize it themselves. They have no problem with that, buddy. They want to hear the words,
Mhm.
Like, it's like
Yeah.
the audience is not there, But I mean, I do like some description, but anyways, not to shit on Joe. I think he had a good point. I'm not trying to say anything bad. I'm just saying
But we're different.
the
Like,
difference between men and women. Yeah, you
yeah.
know.
Like, I don't care what color eyes my character has. Like, I've struggled because 'cause I've wanted to do, like, character art. And I'm like, "I don't know what color eyes Alex had. I don't think I gave him an eye color.
Yeah, I have
I was
readers.
just trying to get him to talk to me."
Yeah, I have readers say that too. Like, I have one reader who's like her favorite book of mine. And she read something else, or I was trying to write something else. She goes, he doesn't have that. I go, he doesn't? She goes, no. In chapter blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, wow, my characters better than me. I don't even remember what I gave them.
Yeah. Like, I started, like, writing down things. Like, when I was writing Lost and Found, I was like, "Okay, I need to remember if I gave this character a lip piercing or not,
Mm.
or what kind of down there piercings I might have given them."
Hey, okay.
Because that's something where it's like, "Okay, well, in chapter 20, like, there's nothing there. Is there anything there?" So I had to start, like, describing, like, tattoos that I gave them,
Yeah,
because you can't,
I
like,
can see
double
that.
up on a tattoo on his left forearm.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see issues with that, especially when you have so many characters you're trying to keep straight, Miss Penny Crane,
Oh, yeah.
flying in
It
and
can
out of that
be
room.
tough. There's
Um,
a reason why I stop at, like, 4 and a harem, because
yeah,
I can't keep track of
it would
anymore.
be difficult. So, yeah, it would be it would I could see that. So, do you
Whose
show
hand is this?
huh? Whose hand
I
is
said, "Whose hand is this?"
I was gonna say something else, but I guess I could. I'm on my own Discord. I was like, I'll get banned, but no. So, do you show anyone your work in progress? Do you have like alpha readers or
No.
no?
While I was writing Lost and Found, there was one person that I was like sending little snippets to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like hard for me to like really trust people.
Yeah.
Because like you don't know, like, are they going to show another author? Are they going to leak it on their social media? I'm very private about that stuff. Like I don't have beta, alpha readers, none of it. I've also like gotten like nubbed by people when I've been like, hey, like, would you like to read this?
Yeah.
Then no, no. Or they're like, yeah, I'll read it. And then they don't.
Then they
And I'm
don't.
like,
Yep.
I need feedback,
Yeah.
please.
I know.
I used to, when I wrote in high school, you guys might think this is interesting penny crane fact. In high school, I shared a locker with my best friend at the time, and I would write stories in a little one of those black and white notebooks,
Mm-hmm.
and I would just like write random stories in that. And between each class, I would leave that in the locker. Like during first period, I would grab it. I would write a story during first period when I was bored. And then I'd put it back in the locker and she'd grab it to read it during second period. And then she'd like leave feedback in it. And then I'd take it and I would write another chapter. And it was just fun, like for like a year or two.
Yeah, that's
We
awesome.
just trade off on my notebook.
Yeah. So who has the notebook now? Where'd it go?
It's probably in my garage somewhere.
That would be
I don't
awesome
think
to
she has it.
That would be awesome to dig out and look at.
It would be bad. It would be so bad.
It'd be fun though. That's something you open a bottle of bourbon and then read it, so you could laugh
Yeah.
at it or something like that.
All right, I'll make you a deal. If I ever find it, you and I are going to sit down and read it together over a bottle of bourbon.
There you go. There you go. So, how do you determine when a piece is finished? Is it just a feeling?
It's 70,000 words.
It's 70,000 words. Okay.
No, it's once I get like close to like that number, I'm like, okay, how much more do we have? Like, where's the storyline?
Yeah.
I do try to stick to the whole like rising action, conflict, and like resolution style that we're taught in high school.
Mm.
So like I know like the main plot of what I need to write, and then I fill in the blanks.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's usually how I write. It's tougher when I'm writing a series. Like that's why I won't write a series anymore, because you have to do that over and over again. Like, what's the conflict in this book? What's the conflict in book 2? Book 3?
It is difficult. I will agree with that. Because you want to make them different, and you don't want the characters to have the same issues over and over and over again. So I get you. I think I'm kind of struggling. That's why I haven't really started to write yet again, because I need to figure that out before I start writing. So yeah, that's fun. So let's talk about Lost and Found. Tell us a little bit about Lost and Found, the story. Most of us in this room know, but I am posting this to my Patreon. So for those who listen, tell us about the story, what inspired it, and like, was there a message maybe hidden in your novel that you wanted readers to grasp, or just things like that?
So Lost and Found is about a female, Ophelia. She's like the #1 heiress in the world. Think like Paris Hilton. Dad owns a lot of like businesses and whatnot, and she's not an actress or anything, but the media is always watching her. Right in chapter 1, no spoilers, it's her parents pass away in a bad accident, and the media's all over her house, and she's never enjoyed like growing up, like where she was raised, how she was raised. She hated all of it, and she finally decides, she's like, I'm done with this. Like I need to run away. I don't want to be in the limelight anymore. I just want to be a normal human. Like I want to take this money, go figure out what I want to do with my life, and then see how I can make the world better. So she like starts looking up remote places to go to where she can try to blend in with normal people, quote unquote normal people. And that's where she ends up going to Norris Lake, La Follette, Tennessee. And there she meets the owners of her Airbnb, her little she shed Airbnb. And they're everything. Knox and Wyatt are everything that she's never known. She's used to like men always like wanting to be with her for her father's money, rich guys that like own clubs and everything that just see her for like her body and the money that she comes with. And then she basically falls head over heels for Wyatt and his best friend and roommate, Knox, which, so when I was originally writing it, it was a love story that was focusing on Ophelia with these guys. But deep down, I think it was more of a love story between Wyatt and Knox falling in love with Ophelia and each other. It's very like Ophelia's storyline is enemies to lovers, whereas we have Wyatt's storyline is friends to lovers because he's always been kind of confused about his feelings for his best friend, but he's like, I'm straight. Like, I really like girls. Meanwhile, Knox has been always openly bisexual. And it's like bisexual in a town where, like, the fictional part of a town that's not welcoming to anything that they think's different. Like, small town. People hate what they don't understand.
Especially in the South.
And it's gotten Knox in trouble in the past, which you'll find out what happens. But it's weird because this is my first like MMF book where the males are also together. And it was interesting like watching Wyatt's character finally realize that he's in love with his best friend.
I remember you talking to me about that a couple months ago, even when we first started hanging out and how that was developing in the storyline.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't, I don't think originally I planned on doing that when I first started out.
Yeah, that's what you were saying, that it was kind of, you were like, it's kind of going this way. And I was like, we were like, then let it go that way. Like, write your story.
It's the characters speaking to me. Like, I didn't plan that.
Yeah.
They told me.
Yeah.
And like, it started out, I was like, okay, like we can do this where like, they're kind of interested. Like I did that in theirs. I've had people ask me about Colin and Ben.
I guess
where they're like, are they into each other? And I was like, when I wrote the book, no. But as I've reread it and listened to the audio, I'm like, I think they were together.
Maybe. Like,
yeah. But they were.
Yeah.
And that's how Lost and Found was, except I dove into it. I didn't like hold back. I was like, no, they like touching each other like while they're sharing her, and they like caressing each other and looking into each other's eyes. And I was like, nah, they're in love with each other.
Yeah.
That's it.
So was there anything that you wanted people to grasp from the novel, or
just the like found family aspect of it? Mr. Crane had pointed out to me, he was like, why do you always write such like crazy relationships with your main characters and like their family? And I want everybody to have a place, like even in real life. I'm like, if you don't have a friend, I will be your friend, as long as you're a good person. I don't want bad people. But just like the family doesn't have to be blood.
Yes.
I've had issues in my family where I'm like, I can't be around you. Like you and I have discussed in further detail the kind of family I come from. Love my parents. I do not have parents like the bad parents that my main female characters have. But like family is not necessarily blood. Family can be your friends. I consider you my family. Like I consider Myra my family. It's just, you got to find your tribe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what a lot of Lost and Found was, because Ophelia gets to interact with Knox's family a lot. And she realizes, like, that's something that she could have had, but not to dwell on it, because she can have it now.
Yeah. She found it.
Yeah.
I love that.
And that's kind of why I write Why Choose. A lot of it is found family.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, your life has been a mess, but here's people that can help you and take care of you and will love you for who you are.
I think it's the best thing that you can ever find.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think lots of people in their real families, they deal with no family's perfect. And so you always are
Mm-hmm.
going to come with people who look down on you or anything for the way you are or what you do, or you're always going to have someone in your family to where no matter what you do, it's never going to be good enough. And so to
Yeah.
find anyone in life where you can be like, I love you no matter what, it's fucking beautiful. And
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of people in this room that would agree with me and say that over the course of this last year or more, we've all kind of found family and from all over the nation. And being a part of something like that, it leaves you speechless, and there's no words for something that can fill a void that's been missing for so long in your life, to where you know that you can reach out to any single one and they'd be like, I got you.
Yeah. And I think it's amazing. Like, I'd like to say I'm a good judge of character for people I meet. It's amazing that when you and I went down to Nashville back in December with Samantha was there, the fact that I'm gonna toss myself under the bus. The fact that I could easily cry in front of Samantha and that we could share an experience and like talk about things and that I felt comfortable enough to do that, that's something that I can appreciate. She didn't judge me
Yeah.
for like my random tears that I had. I tend to cry at a lot of signings. I get overwhelmed when I have support. It's weird.
Well, I think
Do you
that's
ever get that? No, I'm always
no, I get awkward. Like I feel very undeserving. So
yeah.
I become awkward. I don't cry, but I will get awkward. I will say awkward things. I will sometimes introvert really hard, or sometimes I'll
Mhm.
extrovert really hard because I don't feel worthy. I don't feel like, why would someone be here for me? So
Yeah.
and so it's a mix of emotions you feel. But no,
I
I don't think.
get what you just described on the way home from events.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be in my car and I'm like, they didn't like me. Nobody was there for me. But I know it's not true.
Yeah. The
I think it's
imposter
not
syndrome,
true.
and the imposter syndrome hits hard.
Yeah.
But I think that's something else that's beautiful about everyone that we found, and the friendships and that we have created through different communities we've been a part of, is because there's no judgment, and they don't care. Like, it's like, even if you are like, even if I did do, I mean, I freaking danced in a unicorn costume, Penny. You weren't there for that one. I did that in Nashville when you weren't there in March, and no one judged
Why
me.
didn't you tell me that?
Oh, that's right. I left that out of our lunch break. I did. There's pictures. I danced in a blow up unicorn. Someone got it on freaking film. Someone videoed me.
I need somebody to send that to me because you've left that out every
I
time that
did
we've
leave
talked.
that out. Oh, that's something I didn't really want getting out into the world. But hey, now it's on my Patreon. It'll be on my Patreon for everyone to know. But it's just the fact that you can feel that comfortable around a group of people to even do something like that. I mean, that speaks volumes. Like, that you could just be yourself. I could be myself, and if you don't like me, that's fine. But that wasn't, I hope, not the consensus. You know what I mean? And we all just had a good time. And you don't get that in many communities ever,
Mhm.
especially with a bunch of women. Like, it's so difficult with a bunch of women. So it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. And I'm sure we could both go on and on and on and on and on. We could be here. We could be here till tomorrow morning. So I will ask you another question. After finishing a manuscript, do you immediately start something new or take a break? We kind of talked about this earlier. Me and you've been kind of in break mode.
I try to take a break.
Yeah.
The issue was I had already started my current work in progress before I published Lost and Found. Like I had dived right in. Sorry, that was my brain.
It's okay. It's good.
Yep. You know it's my bedtime. It's okay. But yeah, I usually like to give myself a break, and I wanted to, like, after Lost and Found was published, I wanted to take some time to just like enjoy it, being out there. And now I feel like I've had that time. It's only been like, what, a week and a half? But I'm like, I think I'm ready to get back into my work in progress.
Ooh, girl, you're jumping faster than I did. I gave myself a month, a week. I couldn't imagine.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm ready, but also I don't like getting too far ahead when I know I have multiple book signings coming up.
Yeah.
And I know that that's going to tilt my like schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And summer's here. How often am I going to be able to sit at my desk?
Yeah.
Because when I write, it's either I write every day for hours or I write once a week.
Yeah.
So if I have anything random come up on my schedule, I'm like, well, there goes the whole week. It can be like one thing for an hour, and I'm like, nope, there's the whole week of writing
Can't
gone.
do it. We're not doing it this week.
Yep.
You're like, lunch with Evelyn? We're not writing this week.
I mean, literally, that's what I've done. I'm like, we've got lunch on Friday.
Yeah.
I have to get groceries tomorrow, so I can't write this week.
Yeah. There'll be no writing this week.
No.
So tell us, what are you working on next? I know a little bit, but for those who don't know.
What I'm working on next, I've kind of said the title of it, actually removed it from all my socials, because now I'm like kind of like in Heidi mode. Like I don't want people to know everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's a paranoia in me. It's going to be called You're Somebody Else. And it is here's where the character speaking to me comes into play. It is either going to be a MMFM or it's going to be a MMMF. One of the characters has not told me what he's interested in.
Got it.
Who he's interested in. He specifically has not been talking to me much. He has kept it under wraps.
Silent type.
Yeah.
It'll probably come out at the end. You'll write the whole thing and then it'll whip it out on you.
Yeah, and I'll be like, oh, that's where we are. Okay. So we got to rewrite this whole thing, and I need to add you into sexual acts.
Yeah, if you want
okay.
Just make the editing process work for you. It works for you. That's what he wants to do.
Yep. So I'm having fun with it. Well, I'm having fun with trying to figure out where he stands. The overall plot, it's going to be the darkest thing I've ever written, but it's not dark romance. That'll make sense the more that I like talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of like real life events that happened to me. I've told you I'm including actual journal entries from a like dark part of my life. So it's going to be a lot of the characters together and then her just trying to figure out where she needs to be, like in that dynamic. And very like her trying to fall back in love with her husband, but also being in love with two of his best friends. So it's going to be hard. It's going to take me a while to write, but I'm ready to get back to it.
I'm excited for it.
If you see me crying, if I send a selfie to you or something, it's, you know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Going over those journal entries.
Yep. It's going to be an emotional year, like I said, in your life, but it's going to be a good one. And it's going to be something to celebrate when you get that finished. So that's awesome. What piece of advice would you give to aspiring writers? We're going to end with that question before I hit your rapid fire.
Perfect. I'd say if you're just getting into writing, I've had somebody audibly gasp when I've given this answer, but I stand by it, and it's going to sound harsh, but it will help you because I wish I would have done the same thing. Write an entire novel. Write the 50,000. Do NaNoWriMo. Do a month of that, and then everything you wrote there, delete it. Get rid of it. Get rid of this 50,000 words, and then restart. I published my first NaNoWriMo book that I did. I hate it. And I've talked to other authors and they're like, yeah, my first book was not good. Like, I hate that it's there. And like, that's the first thing that you give your fans.
And it's so funny because you think it's so good. You're like,
Yeah.
This is a New York Times bestseller. You're so confident when you finish your first book. At least like you're like, and I'm gonna publish it and the money's just gonna start rolling in and I'm gonna be on the talk shows and I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like you have this like really crazy idea of the way that things are gonna work out for you and that you're the best writer since Hemingway or so, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, then there's crickets.
Yeah. I'm like, I read this amazing summer romance. I'll tell you the basic plot of it. It was a girl that goes to summer camp, falls in love with her counselor. I should have left that in the drafts. Like, it wasn't great.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know why I wrote it. I know why I wrote it. I had a crush on a summer camp counselor.
Right? You're like, I was living out my fantasy. That's why I wrote it.
Yeah. Exactly. And I'm like, no, I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, Lord. It is tough. It is tough. It goes back to like what we've been saying. You grow as you write, you grow. Every book is better and better. And, you know, it's just the way it's going to be. And your fans who are true fans are going to stick with you through everything you write, even if you write really great books and all of a sudden you write a shit book. You know, they'll be like, oh, it was bad. And you'll be like, bad? You should have told me it was shit. Like,
I mean, I'm sure that there will come a day down the line of Penny Crane where I look back at theirs or Lost and Found and I'm like, what was I thinking?
oh, yeah.
But I love them. Like, I love them right now.
Yeah. Their world. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, those are my book babies.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, maybe in 4 books down the road, I might not feel the same.
Yeah. I get
Or maybe I will.
that. I also get, like, do you get where it's like when you're ready to publish your book, I almost get like this weird, I have to let go of them. Like,
yeah, I get but we're not done.
Yeah, like, it's like they're going to be other people's favorite characters. They're not just mine. You know what I mean? Like this release into the world and you're like, like, it's
I get like super sensitive because I'm like, what if they don't like them? And I'm like, it also hurts when you like base a character off of you. Yeah, and then somebody comments and they're like, I hate this person. I hate this character. This female character.
Immature. Yeah.
He's a pick me girl. And I'm like, but I'm not.
You're like, I swear I'm not, guys.
Why are you being so mean? And I'm like, no, it's just a character. And I'm like, that I based off of me.
Right.
I'm like, do you guys understand that like that's part of me? Like I feel like every character I write is part of me.
Well, I think that's it. It's like regardless if there's a piece of you in every character. I don't care what any author says, even artist, even like narrator. There is a piece of themselves that they put into that role when they're narrating. You know, you have to go to a place in order to write or order to act or to create even art for painters. Like you literally are in your body, but you're out of your body, and there's a piece of you in that art. So the characters you create, even if they are not entirely you, there's going to be a piece of you in every single one.
Yeah. I would like to put a disclaimer that there is a mean character in Lost and Found named Richard, and he is nothing like me. Yeah. We do not share the same opinions. He is a bad man.
Richard is not Penny Crane.
He is thick.
Oh, Lord. All right, we're going to hit you with rapid fire.
Okay.
All right. Coffee or tea?
Coffee. I don't like tea at all.
Oh, good. I didn't know that.
I like chai tea. I don't like
Chai
other
tea's
tea.
good. Hot dogs or hamburgers?
Hot dogs.
Of course. You know.
I actually didn't have a hamburger until I was in college.
What?
Yeah.
That is a wild fact that I'm going to tuck away for a rainy day. That is really interesting.
Yeah.
Mountains or beach?
Mountains.
Summer or winter?
Winter.
So spring or fall?
Fall.
Are you morning or evening person?
Say morning. Yeah, morning.
Morning. Well, this one's easy, but cats or dogs? Do you like dogs at all?
I like dogs. I don't like when people are like, cats are awful, they're the devil.
Yeah.
I don't like when dog people act like cats are horrible and that we need to kill them. I've encountered people like that before.
Yeah.
I think it's more of I'm kind of afraid of dogs a little bit. My mom's been attacked by several dogs. I'm very fearful when one runs up to me.
No, I get that.
Which is weird because I have dog sat before many a times.
Don't you do that now? Or at least you walk
I do it a little bit.
Yeah.
I have like one client that I kept. I did that for the first like 2 years that we moved to Lexington. That's how we stayed afloat, was a dog sitting gig. But now I just keep up with the clients that I really enjoyed and the ones that are in my neighborhood, so I don't have to drive far. Half the time I just walk.
That's nice, though.
Mm-hmm.
So salty or sweet?
Sweet.
Work or play?
Play. Though my work's my books.
Yeah, so
I
kind of playing when you...
Yeah.
Yeah. Money or happiness?
Happiness.
Texting or talking?
Texting.
Voice texting, Penny?
So don't ever call my phone because I ignore phone calls.
Well, I
used to hate the voice memo thing,
but
so much.
But I
blow
you up with them daily.
You're not the only one, though. Like, my best friend, she blows my phone up with voice memos. And at first, I'm like, this is weird. But now I'm like, you know what? This is kind of nice because I like hearing your voice.
Yeah.
What I don't like is when you're doing a phone call and you can hear your own voice echoing.
Oh, yeah. No.
That's why I don't like talking on the phone. I don't like my voice. And I can't believe you guys have stuck around for over an hour to listen to it.
I like your voice. I think you got a nice voice.
Thank you. I don't like it.
So chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
So dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Milk.
Polka dots or stripes?
Which one's supposed to be more flattering?
Stripes in the vertical way.
Yeah.
So
I'd say I'm stripes.
Stripes.
Yeah.
City or countryside?
Countryside. I'm not a city girl. I've literally refused to go to events because they're in the city.
Would you rather stay in or go out?
Stay in.
Ice cream or cake?
Ice cream.
All right. Would you rather have magic or superpowers?
Ooh. Superpowers.
Ooh. Time travel or teleport?
I think there's way too many like rules that you have to worry about not breaking when you're time traveling. And I wouldn't be able to keep up with that. So I'm going to go with teleportation so I can get to other countries and stuff and travel more.
Where would you teleport to? First place.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Well, that's an arrow.
Glenn Montgomery's office.
Pet dragon or pet unicorn? That's a tough one.
Dragon.
Dragon.
But I wouldn't be able to hide that, would I?
I mean, if he was a small dragon, maybe. I don't know.
My HOA wouldn't let me have a unicorn,
No.
that's for sure.
No. I don't think they'd let you have a dragon either, Penny, but you know.
Well, I have a dragon and I can take this whole town down with it.
Oh, Lord. Watch out now. Would you rather rewind or have a pause button?
Ooh. Do I pause myself with the pause button?
You pause
Or
anything.
just
You can pause a happy day, the best day. You can pause your husband before you get in a fight and just walk away. I mean, you could, or you could rewind and go back and change something in your life or relive it again.
let's rewind.
You rewind?
Let's rewind. But then that gets into the time traveling.
It does. And now you're breaking rules, Penny.
Yeah, and then I can't change things.
Change things. So would you rather be invisible or fly?
Fly.
Fly. I've always wanted to fly. Like I used to have dreams of flying when I was a kid.
Do I have to worry about like making sure I'm not flying into other planes? Like how high can I go? What's my how far can I travel with my flight?
Too many questions, Penny. You can just fly. You got to figure the rest out on your own.
I can't be trusted. I need an adult.
So, comedy or drama?
Comedy.
When you're going on a trip, are you the driver or the passenger?
On the way to the trip, I am the driver. On the way home, I have to be the passenger.
Interesting.
Very specific.
So, fruits or vegetables?
I hate them both. I like more vegetables than I like fruits,
If
though.
you had to.
Yeah.
So, do you carry cash or cards?
Cards, but sometimes it depends like where I'm going. If I'm like, they might not accept cards.
Yeah.
I try to carry like $20 on me
Ooh, you're better than me.
in cash. I don't always do that.
Yeah, I don't. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Coke. Tattoos or piercings?
Tattoos.
Have you ever had a piercing?
I did the piercings. Yeah, I had my industrial and another like random ear piercing that was removed during a surgery and they quickly closed up. And then I had my nose pierced for a very short time. And it was like one of the, what is it? Like the bull ring piercing.
Yeah. I forget what that one's
That's
called.
what I had.
Yeah.
It messed my sinuses up. Messed my, like, I sneeze so much now.
My daughter had it for like the last 2 years and she just took hers out too because it was getting too difficult, the sinuses and all that kind of stuff.
That's like my favorite piercing, but I would never get it done again.
Oh, wow. Pirates or ninjas?
Pirates.
Okay. Truth or dare?
Is this setting me up for something?
No. I mean, if we were going to play truth or dare, would you pick the truth or the dare?
Truth.
Oh, man. So you're not a daredevil?
No. Well, if you're daring me to jump out of a plane, yes.
Well, that's a pretty big dare, Penny.
Well, I enjoy that. But if you're like daring me to do a prank call, hell no. Hell no.
Oh, Lord. Spicy or mild? Food, not books.
Mild.
Mild. You don't like the spice, huh?
I hate spicy food.
In your books, though, we're loaded with men and lots of spice.
Lots of spice.
More men, the merrier. That's going to be a new slogan, Penny.
I don't know if I can put that on a shirt and go into public with that, though.
I don't think you can.
No.
All right. Well, that's all I had for you, Miss Penny Crane.
Did I survive?
I think you survived. I think you did. I think we had a fun live. Thank you to everyone who came out and listened to us ramble for almost an hour and a half. Thank you to the technology gods for our mics working and not having any issues with tech, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to see you Friday for lunch.
Yep.
So it'll be short-lived between talking to you, but thank you to everyone else. And is there anything else you want to add at the very end, Miss Penny Crane?
What was the last thing that you said?
I said, is there anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. Just thank you guys for showing up tonight and listening to my voice that I hate.
No, it's a good voice.
Make sure if you read Lost and Found that you leave a review. It's what helps.
Got to get that review jab in at the very end, huh? There you go.
No, we got to get rid of the bad review.
We have to bring the average up.
Yeah, send it to the bottom.
That's the bad thing, man. You can get like 5 good reviews and that one bad review will tank you so hard.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
And it's like, man, to do that on opening week,
Yeah. Pretty shitty.
why are you mean?
Yeah. That's just unnecessary.
Yeah.
But
Be nice reviewers.
or don't review. That's my motto.
Yeah.
It's like, to
If
me,
you
like, if I
don't
don't like
have
a book, I'm
anything
just not going to
nice
leave.
to say,
Yeah. Don't say it at all. That's the way I was
Yeah.
raised. So if I
I
didn't
was
like a
raised
book,
like that.
yeah, I'm just like, the book might have just not been for me, but it could be for someone else. So I'm just not going to leave a review. That's the way I roll.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, all right. Well, thank you, everybody. Everybody have a good night. Thank you for coming out to Book Talk with Miss Penny Crane. And Miss Penny, I will see you Friday. And thank you for coming out and talk with me.
I'll see you Friday. Thanks for having me.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.